Hello. This message is going to be for my Leo people. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I will be doing your reading for Leo today. Now, no, energy is fluid, so roles may be reversed, so you may have to flip it, switch it, interpret the reading how it best resonates for you. Also, know that readings can be past, present, or future. You again will have to interpret the reading as it best resonates for you. Okay, I always start every reading off with using my Psychic Soul Healer Oracle system, and this is a shadow system. So it tells you what the spiritual, psychological imbalances are, what will be the karmic lesson, spiritual lesson of your situation. That's why you want to use my cards. And then I will use a bunch of different cards to fill in the storyline. Now, anything that you guys want to know about this channel, you can find in the description box down below. Now, if you resonate with the channel and you want to have a chance to win a free psychic reading, all you have to do is like this video, comment the word healer in the description box, and subscribe to the channel. Those three things will get you a chance to win a free psychic reading. Okay, now let's get grooving. See, the first card out is shadow dislocation. So shadow dislocation is like a detachment. And so we can feel when we're with a person, but they're there physically, but they're not there. So this could be you, Leo, or it could be the person that you are connected to. So someone that you feel is with you, but not really emotionally with you. You feel like they're checked out. Or this could be you that is not happy in a situation, whether it's your relationship or a job. And so you're there, but you're not. And a lot of times we can find this straight across the board. If we don't have someone in our life too that we're passionate about, that we kind of feel like we're going through life there, but not, meaning we're not present. So this card could mean a bunch of different things depending on what's next to it. So prudence, someone that cares about the future, caring about the future. So maybe again, there's a lot of anxiety about the future. So someone is detached and not making a decision about their future, Leo. Again, the gift of style. The gift of style is an unfoldment process. The reason why, again, we can be detached because we're worried, so worried about the future. And that's because we're trying to figure things out before we have a clear picture in our mind of the type of life we would want to have. And so the gift of style, as I said, is an unfoldment process, but the unfoldment process starts within you first because it's a self-discovery. And when you are digging deep within yourself to learn about yourself, and that is looking at your shadow parts of self, the parts of yourself that are spiritually blocked. And that could be within your relationship or within job, soul's path, could be anywhere within your life. A lot of times the shadow parts will lead us to finding our gift of style, of finding our individuality, our what our passion is, because the gift of style, as I said, is an unfoldment process of self-discovery depending on what you're feeding, where you're putting your time, your energy, your focus, and your money. Because really the gift of style is how we would actually heal a shadow dislocation. Because if I'm detached from self because I have trauma, then the traumatic parts that I hold somehow are influencing my perception about myself and maybe what I can have. And that could be towards a relationship, and which is why you would be worried about your future, why the focus is on your future. You're almost like putting the cart before the horse, Leo. Needy. So again, if I don't know what my gift of style is, my my passion, where what my contribution to humanity is, how I make money, right? It's to give and receive of love, and that's through your free will, which means whatever you choose to put your energy towards. Takes a mustard seed, God makes that multiply, the universe conspires to make that happen if you're putting your energy towards your gift of style. So if you're putting your energy towards your gift of style, you can't be needy. So this is telling me, Leo, that you are detached due to past relationships. So you're worried about your future when you think about being in a relationship, because maybe you don't have in your mind a clear image of what that would look like for you. And maybe that's because you grew up in a family that you didn't see a successful marriage, you didn't see a successful relationship, and maybe you have had a string of relationships that also have not shown you that you could have this. So you don't have a gift of style in even being able to manifest a relationship, because again, maybe when you think about a relationship, you get triggered and you're holding a cognitive dissonance, which is beliefs that you can't have what you want based on perceptions of past relationships, what other people have said, and what other people have shown you. And so this has actually made you needy, because then there's a sense of thinking that you need something outside of yourself, and also not really coming from a balanced place of knowing what a healthy relationship would actually look like, because you're not balanced in yourself. And the reason why is because shadow dislocation. And the shadow part of self is the ego part of self. The ego part of self is mainly the subconscious part of self that a lot of times is our traumas disguised as these ego parts of self, the shadow parts of self, the parts of self that our mind has created in order to keep us emotionally, psychologically, spiritually safe, because the mind doesn't know the difference between a physical trauma and an emotional trauma. It's all this, it all stems the same thing. And when we have these traumas and they're not integrated and healed, it makes us needy, because then we are detached and we feel like we need something outside of ourselves. And then we do worry excessively about the future because our third eye isn't open. So Leo, I know that that's a big message. So if you found yourself that you're in a relationship that you're not 100% happy with, or maybe you feel someone's connected to you and you don't really know why they're so connected to you because you're not really giving them a lot of energy, this would be the reason why. The person's codependent. And also understand too, when someone is detached from again, parts of their self, a lot of times they have a hard time expressing themselves. They have a hard time with their emotions. So because it's, again, they have a hard time being vulnerable. They would actually have spiritual blocks within the second chakra, which would mirror out as intimacy problems. And that relates to trust, not sexually intimacy. In actuality, sexually intimacy might be overactive to make up for, again, compensating for the intimacy, the emotional intimacy that your person cannot experience. So this is why this is important, because you might say, well, I'm in a relationship with someone that I really am attracted to and have a spiritual connection to, but emotionally they don't give me what I need. They don't give me on some level. And it's not because of you, but it's because of their own inadequacy, their own spiritual blocks. But it would awaken your spiritual issues that you are holding within yourself. So let's take a look at what's actually going on. We see the Star card. So this relationship has great hopes. it's again, both parties, I feel like, know you're connected to someone that knows that you're their person and vice versa. And there's a lot of potential for this relationship, which understand a lot of spiritual relationships, such as soulmate, twin flame relationships, and even trauma bonds have a big purpose in our evolution. They contribute hugely to our evolution because we are learning love, and we're learning love from all different perceptions. And unfortunately, a lot of times we learn love through pain. So this is the stars as great hopes. And that's because of this spiritual connection where this person feels like home to you. But the Five of Cups being reversed is the person is very confused about this. And I also feel like because they've never had a relationship this deep, I'm feeling number one. And again, this would be because they are detached. And so a lot of times spirit in the universe brings people that have the spiritual block of intimacy, someone that actually is very good with their emotions. The opposites attract, but understand soulmates a lot of times have different gifts, and those gifts are to help each other heal, right? I mean, we opposites attract, and the whole point of being in physical form is to learn the lessons of love. And what better way to learn lessons of love than through different perceptions? And what better perception would you want to look at than through someone that you love, that you're crazy about, that you have such an intense connection with, but you don't think the same way that they think, but they have the same spiritual wounds that you do, and they may and they actually do trigger all your spiritual wounds. So the star tells me a lot also in the fact that there's a lot of mystery and mystical great hopes. There's a lot of faith in the relationship, but it's blind faith, and it's almost because it's a divine relationship, though both parties don't have a lot of spiritual issues, have a lot of spiritual blocks due to past relationships, maybe even a little bit of betrayal from each other. Not uncommon with soulmate twin flame relationships. So there's confusion and almost like the cognitive dissonance that the person is holding from the shadow dislocation would be that love is painful. So again, that's person is holding two opposing thoughts that again are contradictive to each other, meaning I want love, but I don't believe I can have it. I want love because love is going to make me feel good, but love is pain. And again, due to what has transpired. So in actuality, the only way to really heal is that this star energy really shouldn't be a person. It should be your hopes and your dreams first for yourself. But understand the spiritual karmic situation that's unfolding is two soulmates come together that are unhealed, and they're not healed because again, you're a magnet of who and what comes to you. So you may perceive that your person is detached emotionally, but you too may have some emotional imbalances due to your traumas. And so both parties are called together to heal this energy. Again, that would mirror out, by the way, as codependency, of believing that you need something. And because you are so focused on your future, you worry about your future. Because again, you're trying to figure out things without having a process, without knowing enough information, without being grounded, without coming from the present moment. and the facts that you know now, a lot of the past is what's influencing you. So it's again, which this is what causes conflicts. Again, the Five of Wands. Now, this a lot of times is not just conflicts within your outer world, though this would cause conflicts with you and your person, because what your person is showing you is they want it, they don't want it, they want it, they don't want it. Breadcrumbing energy, not 100% present, not 100% there. They're physically, but not there emotionally. And understand this would cause conflicts, and it would also cause conflicts with internally, because you're with someone that you clearly don't want to be with. The person can feel that you don't want to be with them either, and then you're not giving to the person that you're connected to. So straight across the board, I don't know if this is you, Leo, that you're the one that's not giving and you're just kind of waiting, and you're attached to somebody that's waiting for you to give them, or that you're with someone that you're not giving at all, and they feel like, but that you're there. So they see that you're there, but you're checked out. And the reason why, again, is because of this energy. Betrayal will do this. So if you're in a relationship, Leo, with someone that has betrayed you and has hurt you on a soul's level, you would have an intimacy problem over time. And the reason why is because love and trust go hand in hand. So, and so it doesn't necessarily mean cheat either. It could be every time you need someone to be there or see you, how you think, or backs you up in your views, your partner doesn't see, isn't there for you emotionally, judges you. Again, it doesn't matter if it's a physical or psychological trauma that causes this energy, but this energy causes intimacy issues where it causes people to check out, and eventually it causes conflicts, because you can feel when your person doesn't want to be there, and people can feel if you don't want to be there. It's again satisfaction. It's like looking for satisfaction. I believe, Leo, that again, if your person's with someone, they know that satisfaction resides with you. They made a wrong decision, is what I'm feeling. I feel like they went back to a person because, again, there was hopes that it would work. They had invested more with this person at one time, but I feel like that it was a mistake. It created a lot of, again, conflicts. And this is why all of a sudden you're like, why is the person coming back into my life? Why is the person all of a sudden thinking about me more? Why all of a sudden? So King of Wands, but it's reversed. So I think your person was waiting for you to come back to them, was waiting for you because they didn't know what they wanted. They were attached to somebody else. They made decisions based on outside things, the Hangman reversed. So again, like trying to find a different perspective, but more stuck in making no decision based on the fact that they made a decision that didn't work out for them. So your person doesn't trust themselves. And they don't trust themselves because, again, they're basing all their past relationships on who they are now. And again, whether they can have a good relationship now, and they have not had good relationships, and what they're manifesting now is not really good, because like I said, the person that they're with knows that they don't really want to be there with them. Kind of like, again, the choice, but you can see it's again reversed. So the Lovers is all about a choice, and usually always a choice between two people. So what I was feeling, and then before I said it, is that they know your person is with somebody that knows that they won your person, but not by fair and square. Kind of like that they manipulated the situation to make it fall in their favor. Like they wouldn't let this person, because again, your person had history with this person, and so they know all the buttons to push. That your person again, that their previous relationship knows every lie that they can tell, knows everything. So your person is not really coming towards you because they know that their person is watching them, but their intention is to. But the person that's with them, that again knows that your person is checked out, doesn't really want to be there, knows that they won fair and square, is kind of just waiting for them, to do, because they know that someone's there. They don't know who's there, but they know that someone's there because emotionally your person's checked out. So it's, again, I feel like you, Leo, and your person have a relationship very strong in the 3D, again, in your mind, ESP, connection through the heart and mind. Again, are transmitting thoughts and emotions back and forth. There's a lot of talk in this, again, 3D realm, and because there's such a strong spiritual bond, but your person is with somebody that knows that someone's there, because they can feel that they are not with them. And so they know that, again, that someone's on the wing. And this is why your person, again, is kind of sitting on this, knowing that whatever choice that they make is going to create a problem for them, because they want to be with you, Leo, but they know who they're attached to. I really feel like your person was either married to this person, has children with this person, is in a business with this person, has some sort of hold on your person, which is why your person was not really making a choice, was kind of just sitting there, was confused about the future, didn't really want to make a choice about the future, because they are so, they know which way that they go is going to create some sort of conflict. If they don't choose you, they're going to be heartbroken. They're going to know that they made the wrong decision forever, because it's already eating them up now that they waited so long to come towards you. Though if they stay in this situation, they're with somebody that they don't love, that's pretty much controlling their life, because again, they know that even the person that they're attached to knows that they have manipulated the situation to make your person not be able to move forward, backwards, any which way, which is making your person only want to go to you even more, Leo. It's backfiring on them. Wow, but it doesn't matter. Like, the person that is connected to your person, Leo, is not going to stop your person from moving on. Okay, 8 of Cups. Your person is leaving them no matter what. It's like, and that's because they are just not happy with them. They've tried to put this relationship back together one too many times. I almost feel as if your person's, with one last attempt, throws themselves passionately at your person, like comes on to them seductively, and your person's not interested. Your person is, again, focused on you. And mainly because you've detached from this situation, and you detached from the situation because they detached from you in the beginning. And you knew that, again, they weren't really giving you enough. They weren't giving enough. You were very dissatisfied. And you also were afraid that because your person was with their person for so long, that there was a lot of codependence, that maybe your person doesn't love the person that they're with, but they're codependent. There's some weird karmic tie. There's some toxic tie where, again, maybe your person has a very low self-esteem. I feel like the person that they're attached to beats them down, which is why they're so afraid about the future, which is why they weren't really making a choice. But your person is checked out. And so even though they're there was a sense of not really being satisfied. It's again, and just not really doing anything. So it's creating conflicts because the person that they're with knows that they don't want to be there. And so eventually they move on. They feel like they're going to stop them. They thought that they could rekindle whatever they had at one point because there was a lot of potential in this relationship at one point. But too much time has gone by with too much water, muddy water underneath the bridge. I feel like major intimacy issues, which is why your person ironically is having a problem coming towards you, because the person that is hanging on to them has created a lot of trauma in their life. So I really feel like your person has children with them, or again, has some sort of tie, whether that's a business, again, a marriage, something. You'll have to leave it in the comments for me. Let me know, Leo, what is your, does your person, who is your person still attached to? Because this is not a attachment of love anymore. It's almost like a codependency of need. Maybe again, feel more comfortable running the house together or taking care of the children together. And there's a lot of manipulation. Again, your person gets manipulated, is guilted very easily by the person that, like I said, the person that they're attached to knows every button to push. So what would be the spiritual message for Leo and how to deal with this and what's going to happen? So a new start is coming. So I know this, we knew this, because like I said, your person is leaving their connection. Regardless, they've made a choice. They've made a choice. They sat on it for a long time. They were very confused, but they did make a choice. And mainly they made a choice because the person that's connected to them kept, again, trying to control them more and more and more. And the more that they tried to control them, the more that your person realized that that was not their person. And the more that the person that kept doing it was realizing that they won, but not really because they won, but because they manipulated that. So it's time to release negativity. And so I feel like your person is realizing that this connection that they're with is never going to make them happy. And I feel like for you, Leo, if this person is giving you aggravation, because again, they were connected to someone else and not really making a decision, you need to come to a place of figuring out, is this really what you want? Because everyone has a process. And when someone's been with someone for a really long time and they're sensitive, a lot of times they have a hard time differentiating whose mood is whose, especially if your person's was connected to someone that was very manipulative and children were involved and money was involved, something linked to their survival. So you have to release the negativity if you want this relationship, because Leo, it's showing that you can have this relationship, but it would be you that makes that choice. And you don't want to take the person back if you're going to be miserable or, again, just angry or make the person pay for it. You have to look in the end and say, understand that your soul's mates teach about unconditional love, and mainly they teach that through the fact that they do things to us that it's hard to forgive. It's hard to forgive because our ego gets hurt. A lot of times it brings up our own trauma and we say, well, if you love me, why did you make me experience this pain? But the truth of the matter is, unconditional love has no expectation. So even if a person hurts you, you know that they're a soulmate twin flame because you kind of still have this unconditional love for them. And there's no explanation. Logically, you say to yourself, I shouldn't like this person because this person didn't handle things properly. They played a lot of games. Instead of them dealing with the situation, they kind of checked out. And they checked out where both parties felt that they checked out. The person that they were living with that they didn't want to be with, and the person that they wanted to be with. They just forfeited. So this is do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness, untamed. So this again goes back to saying we have to honor each other's processes. That there's going to be things that you do that your person doesn't like the way that you do it. So we have to look at the end result. Do you want to be with this person? Do you love this person? Do you find that even when they do things that hurt you, that you forgive them? It doesn't mean that it shouldn't be talked about. It means if the person has genuinely come to you and says, I'm sorry, and wants another chance, and you love this person, that you kind of have to make the decision to say, okay, put that whatever was done in the past. Otherwise, again, your relationship is not going to work, because you're going to be continually focused on whether they do it again, or whether or not, again, it's going to trigger you. But I just want to see what last spiritual messages, again, maybe your person would want to tell you. What your person would want to tell you. I like the back of this card. Sexy. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So this is, I mean, not just talking about sexual, though, a union, that ESP connection, soulmate, twin flame, that unconditional love, which again teaches us about intimacy, true intimacy. So another form of intimacy obviously is sexual, right? But when you're that close and you're that vulnerable, you are one person. And that's what I was saying. So allow, if you love this person, that's the focus. The honor, let them have their process. Honor your process as well. Again, never judge that person's process. As long as the end result is, again, what if they're asking for forgiveness and you want this person in your life, is what I'm saying. If you don't want this person in your life, Leo, because this is a general message, it would be still to honor the person's process, but because the person's process has nothing personal about you. A person's process, how they do things, whether they do them timidly, they do them around about, says everything about who they are. And so understand, again, this sexual union talks about that unconditional love, that connection that soulmate and twin flames have, even trauma bonds have. Again, that deep knowing that that person is your person, and whether it's for a day, a season, forever, that they're coming into your life to teach you something, but in so they have a deep connection, spiritual connection, spiritual tie with you. So they're supposed to come into your life. And so instead of fighting it and judging how and why, again, person did what they did, we have to take into consideration that everybody has traumas, and that, again, everyone's process is different, and not to lose focus on the end thing. And if the end thing is you want to be with this person, then that's what needs to be, instead of what you did, how you did it, why you did it. It's, again, it might need to be talked about, but talked about without judgment, because again, your relationship is supposed to teach you unconditional love. You don't have to agree with how a person does something, but you honor their process, is what this is teaching. Because again, it's saying that your person has a lot of spiritual blocks based on who they were with. And if you love them, then you have to take into consideration that this is where they need healing in, and you need to, again, be able to hold space. One more message: the answers that you need are coming. So if you are thinking, is this person going to go back to their old person, or is, I don't feel that at all, but you're going to know, you're going to find out why your person actually has taken so long to come back, what they've been dealing with. And I believe that essentially is also going to help strengthen your bond, where you'll be able to let go of whatever anger or animosity, because you're going to really feel that this person is genuinely sorry and that they really didn't know what to do. Now, Leo, you're going to have to let me know whether you resonate with this. Leave a like, comment down below. I want to just pull one more card because I want to see, Leo, how do you feel about this person and everything? It's again, 3 of Swords, painful truth. So I think it hurts you to know that your person went back to their person because they were confused, that you were hurt a little bit, that they were easily manipulated. And this is why it's saying it wasn't because the person was madly in love. It was because the person was manipulated. It was because the person was confused. It was because, so that's what the painful truth is. The painful truth is you're looking at it like it was love. This person never expected to have such a deep bond with you. Never experienced that before. And they were dealing with that situation of someone very negative. So I just wanted to say that one more. Again, Queen of Wands, but you're going to get through it because, again, through creative thinking, through creating something with this person, I feel like there's a lot of passion between you. Again, and passion transmutes negative energy. Creative energy transmutes negative energy. Again, the creative process, again, how we stir up our passions is not just through another person, but it's through the creation process and doing something together. I believe that, because I do believe that this is a soulmate twin flame relationship. Again, let me know, Leo, that was kind of long, but let me know whether you resonated with this or not. Leave me a like, comment. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you want to be able to participate in winning a free psychic reading, leave me a like, comment, the word healer in the description, again, in the comment bar, and subscribe to my channel. All right, I'll see you all soon. Peace out. Bye-bye.